Hi, thanks for watching. This is going to be a quick little tutorial on how to get a GitHub Pages environment set up so that you have a JavaScript front end that reads a static XML file and hosts clean URLs on GitHub Pages. Let's get into it. All right, so first thing we need to do is set up the repository. What we're going to do is I'm going to just create a random name here. We'll call it, let's see, free GitHub hosting with clean URLs. And we'll go ahead and add our description. And like I said in the intro, we're just creating a simple front-end environment JavaScript that is going to host clean URLs, and it's going to have a XML backend, which we can grow later on in other projects that could be more substantial, something like Drupal as a backend, like a headless Angular environment and all that kind of stuff, but we'll get into that in another project. For now, we're going to keep it super simple. Create a little README page, and that's where we'll put our tasks of what we're going to do for this project, just to keep ourselves in order. So let's make a list of to-dos. First to-do, we're going to create the repo and the README. Obviously, that's something I've already done, but want to make sure I'm thorough. Want to make sure that we've captured everything from beginning to end. The second thing we're going to do is let's go ahead and just put down here set up GitHub Pages. So let's save this and go ahead and take care of that now. We're going to click on Settings. I'm going to see if we can find Pages. Here's Pages right here. And this is what the Pages setup looks like. We're going to leave this alone for now. We'll just set a branch to main. We'll leave it at root. We're going to come back to this in a little bit, and we're going to change it. But just for now, this is what we're going to do. Next, what we're going to do is create our docroot. This is where all our served pages will be. And let's go ahead and create index.html in docroot. And we'll just put that there as a placeholder for now. Alright, so what we're going to do now is go back into our README file and let's update it. Just to make sure we're caught up to speed here. Create our docroot and index file. Alright, let's go down here and save that. And let's go back to our settings. And here's the information about GitHub Actions. It'd be a good idea to review that page. What we're going to do right now is we're going to create a new workflow. That workflow works with GitHub Actions. This one in particular that we're going to try to find is something that works with GitHub Pages directly with a static HTML. So we'll search for pages. There it is, static HTML. We'll go ahead and configure that one. And as you can see, it's got a out-of-the-box cookie cutter kind of layout, so that you know, a template that you can use to get started. We'll come back to that in just a minute. All right. I just went and deployed it, and as you can see, there's a 404 not found, which means it's not able to find any sort of index. So let's go back, just double check our deployment. I was going to change that to GitHub Actions because it's set to deploy from a branch. And let's see here. Let's go to Actions and check out our deployments here. Alright, so let's go ahead and run the workflow. And we'll double check it just to make sure, now that we know that GitHub Pages deployment is set, that we've run our workflow, we should still get another 404 because we haven't set the docroot directory. All right, so here we have the docroot directory set in the path directive towards the bottom. So now that once we've gone and run deployment again, it will work without any problem. It should read the docroot directory. We don't need this GitHub CI nonsense we made earlier, so we can go ahead and delete that. And let's see here. Yep, there it is, index page. So our index page, our index.html page in docroot, as you can see, has index page written. It's just a placeholder at the moment. So let's go to Bootstrap. We're going to get Bootstrap5, get their quick start template. And what we'll do is we'll just copy that and put it in the index.html file. We'll just copy and paste verbatim. We'll go ahead and save that commit. And it will run, do its thing. Let's refresh the page. Boom, there it is. Let's look at the code, source code. And as you can see, that's the Bootstrap template that we copied and pasted. So everything is so far is working the way it's supposed to. It deployed the docroot directory, and we now see Bootstrap5 doing its thing. So let's see if we can update a couple of items here. So in the GitHub pages, we set GitHub Actions to run our deployments. And let's see here. What else? Oh, let's not forget in the workflow static YAML, we need to set the docroot directory as our directory where the deployment will occur. So just making a note here in the README file, we have to define the docroot. All right. Good, good, more good. All right, so I've added a couple of other things just to save some time here. We went and added the Bootstrap5 template, which you've already seen. We're going to modify that so that we can see just a little bit more, and we're going to create a 404 page, but we'll do that in our next episode. For now, let's go ahead and modify the HTML file real quick, just to add a little bit more to it. In our next episode, we'll add more of a stage, layout kind of thing to this index file. But for now, what we'll do is we'll just add a section with a container, a row, and a simple column, so that the what little content we have here will be straightened out. So right now I'm creating my div tags. We're just going to copy that, and we're going to make, that's going to be our container, this is going to be our row. So let's type in container. Let's see, I'm going to get my fingers and my brain to work at the same time here. Here we go, container, and this will be our row, and inside our row is going to be our column. So we'll just do col 12, keep it easy. And then we'll just copy and paste the H1 and div from below, and we'll paste it in the column. Now let's neaten it up, because we like sloppy code, not me. No, you don't either. I'm sure you don't. Anyway, that's about it. I'm not doing anything special. This is just pretty basic. Let's save this. Let's watch the deployment do its thing. So now we should be able to go up and check our browser to make sure that the new formatting for the container is set. Our update, yep, it's currently running. Our workflow is running. So as soon as this is done, we should be able to go up and check it, and voila, it will do its thing. Nice thing about it is anytime you change the index, whether it's here, in GitHub or locally, There you go. I refreshed it, and it's got all of its new updates. That's going to do it for this episode. Next episode, we're going to focus on the 404 default page. That'll be our catch-all page that we run directives through to use as our clean URL page. We're going to get into creating the JavaScript and also the XML data sheet that will run our content for each of our pages when JavaScript calls it. So more on that next episode. Please like this video if you found it useful. Please don't forget to comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what I could do better. We're all in this to learn it together. And if you want to make sure that you get notified, please click the subscribe button, and you'll get notified next time I put out an episode, which will be soon. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day.